Welcome back to Bazaar Morning Call. Well, the cues are stacked against the bulls, but this morning there is some data that has come through which is positive, which could perhaps provide some respite. Our research team is standing by to give you that list. First up, one of the top stocks in focus today could be Bajaj Finance. Abhishek is here to tell us how the business updates look this time around. Abhishek, over to you.
Yeah, the business update did look like a mixed bag, but more on the positive side. So the good part is that the AUM growth is robust at 32.9% YOY and about 7.4% quarter-on-quarter. So in terms of YOY growth, it's perhaps one of the best in last 15 quarters. Deposit momentum continues to remain strong, up about 39% YOY and close to 10% quarter-on-quarter. Customer acquisition has remained steady at around 4.5% on a sequential basis. So this time around, it's at 21.7% YOY and about 4.9% quarter-on-quarter. Calculation shows that the AUM growth is not driven by ticket size, as average ticket size has grown by just 9.2% YOY and about 2.45% on a sequential basis. What's not good in the update is that the new loans disbursed, that's down about 14.2% quarter-on-quarter. So if you take a look in Q2 versus Q1 over the last 6 years, this is perhaps the weakest decline that you are seeing over here. Liquidity in the balance sheet, that's down by about 10.2% quarter-on-quarter. There could be some pressure on the net interest margin. Cross-sell rate, that is at 9-quarter low of 6.5%. Back to you.
Okay, all right, Abhishek, thanks a lot for that. But let's stick with the banking names itself. And Sudarshan had given us a heads up yesterday. There was likely to be some fundraising from IDFC First Bank. Sudarshan, you're on a roll. Another one in your kitty. Tell us more. The news is confirmed.
Good morning. Yes, IDFC First Bank will be in focus. Our news break of yesterday is confirmed. The bank has launched QIP to raise up to rupees 3,000 crore. The term sheet that CNBC TV18 has gotten access to of total rupees 3,000 crore. The base size of the QIP is rupees 2,000 crore and the green shoe option is of rupees 1,000 crore. Indicative price for the QIP is seen somewhere around 90 rupees per share, which is 4% discount to yesterday's closing price. Remember, last time that IDFC First Bank had done fundraising was way back in 2020, and that was a QIP of rupees 3,000 crore at a price of rupees 57 per share. Now, in the last 2 to 3 years, both IDFC and IDFC First Bank have had a major run. Both the stocks just in 2023 are up more than 50% each. Also, recently, GQG's Rajiv Jain invested in IDFC First Bank, bought a little more than 5 crore shares at a price of rupees 94.50 per share.
Okay, all right, Sudarshan, thanks a lot for that. We'll keep an eye on that stock, and congratulations yet again on that big exclusive. Well, let's focus on Vedanta. Vedanta, you're expecting the stock to maybe cool off a little bit. In the last 2 sessions, the stock is up more than 10%. And the operational update is par for the course. Normally it doesn't react to that, but you have the dollar index that continues to remain strong with weighs on base metal. So let's run you through the update first. They've given the production numbers. The aluminium business out there's a bit of a growth, production growth of close to around 2%. On the zinc business, the integrated saleable metal, which includes zinc as well as lead, out there's a bit of a degrowth of close to around 2%. And silver, which is supposed to be the big driver from here on, out there you have a degrowth of close to around 7%, which is a little bit subdued. The zinc international business as well, the total mined metal is down by close to 10%. While the oil and gas business, well, it's not really able to ramp up out here, though they'll enjoy the benefits of higher crude prices. So that one as well, you're seeing a degrowth of close to around 5%. The power sales, that's the lone positive out there. And we know power demand has been very, very strong, double-digit growth out there. We're expecting the stock to open up a little bit subdued because it's run up, the dollar index is strong, and the update is not too great.
Okay, update not too great. Let's find out how Avenue Supermart's business update looked. There's also Nestle in focus. Mangalam is here to give us the latest on that. Mangalam, good morning.
Good morning. So for Avenue Supermart, it's a decent update. 18.5% revenue growth is what the company has reported on a standalone basis. Of course, this does not take into account DMart Ready. So 12,308 crores is what they've done. Quarter on quarter, this is a growth of 6.2 odd %. Importantly, they've added about 9 stores this quarter. So the total store strength for the company stands at 336. What's crucial to check is that, year on year, the store growth has been around 11.2% and the revenue growth has been around 18.5%. So that's telling you that there has been a same-store sales growth, a positive same-store sales growth, and which is higher than the previous quarter. So that should be a positive. However, we have to track how the performance of non-FMCG essentials have done because those are higher gross margin businesses. The stock has underperformed over the last 1 year or so and has been down around 18% from its 52-week high. So see some bit of relief. But a big move is expected on Nestle. Why do I say that? Because the stock price is close to 22,000 odd rupees, and the board has said they will consider stock split on October 19th when they meet for their results as well. The stock is trading at a face value of rupees 10, so all options are open for a stock split. For a stock price that trades in 5 digits, a stock split is often good news.
All right, thanks a lot for that. Well, let's move on. Abhishek is having a couple of more business updates that he's looking at. Bank of Maharashtra and Yes Bank. Abhishek, over to you.
Well, to begin with, Bank of Maharashtra, absolutely brilliant numbers in current scenario. Take a look, deposits up more than 22% YOY and a decline of 2% sequentially. The CASA is up 10% YOY and a decline of 2.6% quarter-on-quarter. CASA ratio, one of the best in the industry at about 50.7%, which compares to about 51% in the previous quarter. Others are losing more sheen on CASA, while this has remained steady for Bank of Maharashtra. Loan growth pretty strong over here, 23.5% YOY and about 4.2% quarter-on-quarter. The CD ratio has improved both YOY and quarter-on-quarter as well. Massive jump on a sequential basis could mean that the net interest margin could remain on the healthier side for them. Yes Bank, quarter-on-quarter, best deposit growth in last 6 quarters and best loan growth in last 8 quarters. Deposits are up 17.2% YOY and about 6.8% quarter-on-quarter. The CASA is up 11.1% YOY and about 6.8% quarter-on-quarter. Again, over here, rare instance, CASA ratio has remained steady on a sequential basis. Advances are up 9.5% YOY and about 5.2% quarter-on-quarter. The CD ratio has come down a bit, 89.85 when compared to 91.26% in the previous quarter. The liquidity coverage ratio, that's improved YOY but declined on a sequential basis. Back to you.
All right, Abhishek, thank you very much for that. Well, more stocks with news flow. Vivek is here with that list. Vivek, good morning.
Well, good morning. First on our list, structural steel tubes maker APL Apollo's reports its highest ever quarterly sales volume. Sales volume up 12% on a year-on-year basis, coming in at 6.74 lakh tons. Now, what the company says is that going forward, the value-added products from the current 55% of the total product mix should reach up to 70%. So the outlook there too is quite strong. Next on our list, Titagarh Rail. The company has gone ahead and signed a contract with Gujarat Metro Rail Corporation. Now, this particular contract is for manufacturing 72 standard gauge cars, and the total order value of this particular project is over 850 crore. Last on our list, Polyplex Corporation. An interesting update coming in over here, slightly negative, given the fact that the company that in May 2023 had earlier announced the promoter's intention to sell up to 24.3% stake in the company. This particular time, they've given an update on that development. They're saying that the deal value has been revised downwards, so 24.3% stake will be sold to Dubai-based AGP Holdco for 1,189 crore from the earlier 1,380 crore that was envisaged. Apart from that, also remember AGP Holdco has a call option to raise holding in the company by 3.79 lakh shares.
Okay, thanks a lot for that. In case you missed out on any of them, here's a quick recap of our top stocks with positive news flow. There's Bajaj Finance, IDFC First Bank, Avenue Supermarts, Nestle, Bank of Maharashtra, Yes Bank, APL Apollo and Titagarh Rail Systems, while stocks with negative news flow is Vedanta and Polyplex Corp. But let's also find out what's happening in the world of commodities. We have a quick update coming in from Manisha Gupta. Manisha, hi, good morning. What happened overnight?
Well, I'll start with the crude oil prices, where we did see some rebound coming in. We are off the 3-month lows ahead of the OPEC meeting today. OPEC and allies are expected to keep the supplies unchanged, and the markets also are looking at Saudi Arabia's statement suggesting that for the month of November as well, they will increase the crude oil prices for Asian consumers, and this would be a 5th straight month of them doing that. That is what has taken support to prices. The U.S. inventories also have declined by more than 4 million barrels in the previous week, suggesting that the demand is sustaining, and all of that added to the gain in prices. What is not doing so well is the metal prices. So whether it's zinc, aluminum, copper, nickel, we saw all of these commodity prices decline anywhere between 2.5% to 3.5% on back of weak economic data and the strength in US dollar index.
All right, Manisha, thank you very much for that. So that's commodities in focus. We'll take a quick commercial break here. Devin Choksi is going to be joining us with some fundamental stock talk. A little later after that, we will also have the management of MedPlus Health Services to talk about how business is going and plans ahead. Stay tuned.